Hi, my name is Makasi, but first, a little bit of background. By the way, everything's gonna be timestamped, so you can skip all of this boring intro if you just want to see the jacket. But for everybody staying behind, it was January 21st, 2021. The runway came out on that date or the day before, whatever it is. It came out in January. So while I was checking out this runway, like trying to see all of the clothes through all the shit angle that Rick decided to use for the show, it was just it was filmed outside, blah 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 blah. The camera setup was not the greatest. Like the way it switched in and out, it was not my thing. Anyway, look number 18, look number 19. That was the one thing that captured my attention the most. I know for most people it was the Converse and the Converse collab, but for me it just wasn't that interesting. I didn't care for it. I just knew like this jacket, yep, I want this jacket. And the first thing that I noticed about this jacket was the shoulder, the exposed shoulder, or like, because you can button it in and out, blah 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 blah, but they exposed the shoulder on the runway, and I knew right away that this was just a new iteration from the Sisyphus 18, the puffer down jacket, the crop jacket. So I knew it was just like another variation of this jacket. I own two of this Sisyphus jacket. I own the Rico and Moncler collaboration, and I own the Performer, which is a milder version with the neck detail not as exaggerated. When I was watching the runway, I knew I was either gonna get the green or the black, the purple or the eggplant. I was never going to get that because it's just not my color. But then Rick also released these in like a beige colorway, which is also not my thing. But he also released a white version later on, and I kind of like it, but the sleeves are so long, it's white, it's gonna get dirty really quickly. Okay, so a quick note on the runway. So I didn't like how they folded up the sleeve and not show the jacket to its full extent. I feel like they were a bit hesitant, or maybe they were just playing like tongue-in-cheek and just like, oh, wait till you guys see the actual photo of this and see how long the sleeves are. So it could be one of those. I think had they exposed the really the length of it, the length of this jacket, like the full extent of it, I feel like this jacket would have been more of a talking point. So obviously from that collection, it was the Converse collab, it was the Kiss boots with the hair, with the camel hair, whatever hair, calf hair, whatever Rick uses. So those two were first, but I feel like had they fully exposed the length of the sleeve of this jacket, I think this would have been a third talking point, because like it sort of blended into the rest of the show. Because I don't know, if you're not interested in Rick, if you're not interested in his puffer like me, like I am, like you really wouldn't notice this jacket other than the exposed shoulder. But with my knowledge and my attention to his puffer, because I know Rick has always done like crazy puffer, I knew that like, okay, something's going on with that sleeve. It's folded up for a reason. It's not meant to be like that, blah 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 blah. So I knew that. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is that the collection's name. So it's the collection name is called Gethsemane, which is a biblical word. So let's define what it is. So Gethsemane is a garden at the foot of Mount of Olives in Jerusalem, where Jesus underwent the agony in the garden and was arrested the night before his crucifixion. In Rico and Show's note, he stated, "We're all living a tense period in history waiting for a resolution, be it catastrophic, catastrophic, or rational in a suspense that feels almost biblical in its drama, primitive and profane. And you know, this quote, it's pretty clear. Like, I feel like I don't need to explain it to you guys because it's so straightforward. And you know, like, if I were to explain it, it would just be a bit redundant. You know, like, I feel like it's so straightforward. Like, the meaning is right there. Like, if you look at it, the meaning is right there. So if I were to explain this to you, I'm repeating myself, you know, like, the meaning is right there. And you know, it's not like that I don't get it. It's right there, you know, like, it's so obvious, you know, the message, like, there's no hidden message in this paragraph. It's just like, it's right there, you know, like, we all get it, right? You know, we all get it. Let's start first with the name of the jacket. So the name of the jacket is called Rick Owens Fall Winter 21 Gethsemane Runway Babel Mountain Cropped in Lightweight Nylon. So let's talk about the detail of it. So this Babel Mountain crop has a below the waist length with a center front zip. It is padded and quilted with horizontal stitching lines. So on the front, there are 3 padded shaped on the front, you know, and there's also the 3 padded shaped thing on the back. I like this better than my Performer jacket. You know, I don't like how busy the Performer looks, although it does have pockets, but it just looks a bit more busy. On this version, there's no exterior pockets, only 2 interior pockets. We'll talk about this later. And I never truly really liked the star effect on my Moncler one. That was just like the most accessible when I first discovered the Sisyphus jacket, and then it just coincidentally, this was when Moncler and Rick Owens was collaborating, so the jacket came out right away. I just really like the puffers, the funnel neck, and I love the crop nature and the long sleeve. So it was like good timing, you know, so that's why I got that. And, you know, with this jacket, with this one that I have, the Babel Gethsemane one, the 2021, is that it's very simple, you know, it's just 3 padded thing on the front, so it's very simple. Next up, we have a high funnel neck collar with 3 snap closure, which can be one wrapped around, hanging open to expose an inner rib neck. I love this neck detail. For my Performer, Rick and the team kind of toned it down, as shown by the photo video right now. My first down jacket from Rick was his collaboration with Moncler. I really love it. I love how unique it was. I love that it's practical. It's not just there to be there. So that was the love part. So the hate part was that, like, when you're not wearing it, when it's just hanging around, like, it looks like a whale's penis hanging around your jacket, you know. It looks kind of out of place, and when it's too hot to be wearing it around your neck, it just doesn't look right to me. Like, when I'm just letting it hang in the front or hang in the back, it just swinging around, you know, it looks a bit awkward. And it's incredibly impractical when you're not, like, snapping it up, buttoning it up on your neck, because, like, when you lean to do anything, you're gonna hit it. Let's say you're on a buffet, right? When you're trying to lean forward to grab some other food, that thing's gonna touch the food in front of you, or you're trying to reach for the food behind that food. So it's kind of impractical when you're not wearing it properly. And this is just a tip for Rick Owens and the team, you know, if they're watching my video. So on the funnel neck detail, there are 3 snap closures. And when you close it up, as you're watching this video right now, when you close it up, it's not the tightest. So my suggestion to the team and Rick is that they should have 3 more snap, like, further down. So then when you truly want to be fully insulated when it's really cold, you know, you can tighten it to the fullest extent. So, like, have 1 here and then 1 here. So then, like, when you just want to have it on your neck, you can do it here. But when it's really cold and you want it tight, you snap it further, so then it keeps it more in place, because at the current location of the snap closure, it's not the tightest. And when it's really cold, you want to keep your body insulated, so you don't want any air going through your neck. Okay, now we're gonna talk about my favorite part. So it has a long sleeve with extra long cuffs that can be folded back. So the sleeve. So first, let's talk about the con first. So it has no rib knit cuffs, which is very necessary for a winter down jacket when it's really cold. The rib knit cuffs will keep your arms warm and keeps your body more insulated when it just, you know, really hugging your arms tightly. So on my Performer and on my Moncler, it does have the rib knit cuffs, and it comes in very handy in the winter. So when I was climbing a mountain in Austria, in Salzburg, and I wore my Performer, I was really using the rib knit cuff to to close it up and put my arms in there, so then like it keeps my body very warm and insulated. So the fact that this one doesn't have the rib knit cuffs, like you're definitely gonna need like gloves. You're definitely gonna need arm warmers if you're using it as like a winter jacket when it's really cold out, when it's like 5 degrees out, you know? So that's a con. Now let's talk about why I love it. So at the end of the sleeve, there are 4 buttons to close it up. You know, let me just pause here for a moment because I know I'm filming a long ass B-roll and you're probably watching this video now, and you know, I would probably want to use all of my footage. So, you know, enjoy. Alright, so that was the 4 main buttons. So now there's also 2 extra buttons at the bottom. So these two button closures, snap closures, they're meant for you to fold it back when you're trying to like fold up the sleeve. So when you want to fold the arm back, this is how you would do it. You would snap it back to the 2 special snap closures buttons at the very end, closest to your elbow, and then when you snap that up, you can fold it back and it will kind of stay, and it looks kind of stupid in my opinion, which is why I will never do it unless it's needed, like when I'm eating, when I'm driving, when I'm going to the bathroom. But every other time I want to really wear this jacket to show its full extent of its sleeves. And the end of the sleeve, there are no snap closures, which I will talk about later, but the end of the sleeve is a lot bigger. It looks like a claw, you know? So, you know, I personally love it. I love just how fun it is just play around with the claw and with the long sleeve. All right, next, this detail is actually very cool, and they kind of, with this particular detail, they showed it heavily in the runway. So it is the raglan shoulder that has 3 snap closures, which can be undone and folded down to reveal shoulders. Also, the jacket can be worn as a vest with the sleeve hanging behind. Now, let's talk about the con of it. So there are 3 snap closures on the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And for the con, personally, I think they should have done 5, because like, as you're watching this video right now, there are a lot more holes exposed. I could put my arm through it. So from a practicality standpoint, I think 5 snap button closures would have been better than 3. And also this 3 is very in the middle. It's not like the edge, the middle, and the edge. So I think what they could have done was that they could have done like zippers, but I also understand that zippers, like trying to zip it up, it'll be a lot more cumbersome, because like you could rip the down, you could rip the nylon exterior and then the down could come out. So the snap closure, like I do see the practicality behind it, but it just, from a winter jacket perspective, it's not the most practical. A zipper would have done the job a lot better, but it's also probably going to add more to the cost, because like adding a zipper just right there, it's going to cost more than the snap closures. And with this exposed shoulder, there are a lot more ways to style these jackets, and you know, I'll put a photo of Michelle Lamy wearing it right now, and I plan on wearing this in the fall and spring, and when it's not the coldest of days, I will, you know, put my arm through the sleeve and then try to get more airflow into my body. So it's gonna be fun, and I truly love the way the sleeve like just lay off of your body. Just, it's so long, it's extra long, so then it feels like this jacket, it makes this jacket more unique. I know I use that word a lot, I know I overuse it, but truly, where else are you gonna find this detail on a jacket? Another thing I want to talk about is that it features a signature cotton webbing strap with rivet detail across the back yoke. So when it's really hot, when you're just switching from, let's say it's a really cold day and you got on the train and it's just really hot in there, you want to take off your down jacket, but you don't want to, you know, carry it like this. So this strap, I'll include a video right now. I want to also reassure you that it has been significantly reinforced. Like, look at this embroidery, not embroidery, look at this stitching, you know. All right, so let's talk about the pockets. So there are no exterior pockets, so this is a flaw, this is a con, but this is also closest to the original piece from Sisyphus, because the original piece also doesn't have exterior pockets. these just have 2 interior pockets. Just to hit on the quality of the interior pocket for a bit, I believe it's just 100% polyester. It is big, you will fit a lot of stuff. You know, you can fit your sandwich, you can fit your book, you can fit your passport. Like, I'm sure, you know, I forgot who told me that, you know, I forgot who said that as a rule of thumb, but anyway, you can fit all those 3 items. A bit random, but all 3 of those items you can fit two interior pockets instead of 2 exterior pockets. So when it's really cold out, you can't, like, you know, put your hands in there to warm it up. So I think an arm warmer or gloves will definitely be needed when it's cold out and you want to use this as a winter jacket. Or if this is the only one when you're traveling, you're taking this jacket only as a winter jacket. So make sure to get arm warmers, make sure to get gloves. Like, that will help a lot. It's like, you know, you can't put your hand in the interior pocket like this. I mean, maybe you can go from under, but it's impractical. Okay, back to the interior pocket. It feels a bit flimsy. It feels like with an accidental touch to a knife or just scissor. With those accident, like, I feel like the pocket would just come apart. And with my Performer jacket, like the pockets was like reinforced and like attached to the jacket itself. This one, it just like, it only attached to the top part and corners, so like it's hanging around, you know, it's not like fully connected to the jacket itself. So, like, I will continue to test it out, and I believe one day when I accidentally cut it, it's just gonna be a hole in the pocket and have to take it to the tailor, or I'll have my mom help me, you know, or I'll just do it myself and just, you know, it up. Let's talk about the padding. So padding slash down. So, you know, with the front, there are 3 padded shapes. With the back, 3 padded shapes as well. And the shape of the back, it also sort of arc in like a C shape, you know, like the Balenciaga C-shaped puffer. So I think this is just to accentuate the cropness, the nature of the cropness a little bit more. And it's also just, it doesn't look too boring, you know. And I view this piece more like an art piece rather than like a practical winter jacket. You can use it, but, you know, please don't use it when it's really, really cold where you are, or if you're from Russia, if you're from Alaska. I don't think you should get this jacket to use as a winter jacket. Padding and the down, so it's incredibly light. So the warmth to weight ratio, it's actually incredible. Like, this is lighter than my Moncler, and I believe this one is also lighter than my Performer. Let's just say it's the same. Let's say my Performer and this jacket right here, Gethsemane, it's the same weight. The warmth to weight ratio, it's amazing on this jacket. I haven't worn these out much in the cold, but when I have worn them for a few times now, that it keeps me warm, you know, like with the parts that it's covering on my body, like it's those body parts are actually warms. But, you know, I have sensitive ears, so to truly not feel cold, like I'll need a beanie, I'll need a hat or something, or my babushka. So for me, if I truly want to, but okay, anyway, back to the point. So the jacket, the warmth to weight ratio is good, meaning that the body parts that they are covering, that the jacket is covering, those body parts will be warm. And it's also very foldable. So these are just down here, so I can crush it up into a ball. All right, here, let me show you the video right now. So I have a ticket back to Munich for April 28th. I don't know if I'm able to go, but I do have a return ticket to go back there. So if I do go, if I get the chance to go for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I will bring this jacket, even though it won't be that cold. But, you know, when it's not that cold, I'll wear it as a vest. But Munich is also a cold city, so I'm just gonna bring this jacket. I'm gonna fold it down into a ball, stuff it into the bottom of my backpack, and then I'll just wear like a hoodie on the plane or something. But that will be the only down jacket I'll bring. It's incredibly easy to travel with, and I have done that. With my Performer jacket. All right, so let's talk about the material now. So the material is a lightweight parachute nylon, and it's 100% nylon, and it's very smooth on the skin. You know, there's also a con to this as well. Like, I'll talk about that later. And the color is green, but to me, it just, there's a bit of like shininess to it. It's a bit reflective when it hits the light and the sun. So, you know, I guess like the jacket interact well in the sun. So it's not truly green. But it is green, but like it's also reflective, it's also shiny. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, anyway, and the padding or the down is 90% goose down, 10% mallard feathers. So, you know, I find these to be the best combination. I know some I know some brand that use 80-20, but 90-10, I think that's the best combo, because the weight ratio is amazing on this, you know, and it's definitely less than 1 to 2 pounds. Hopefully I have successfully filmed this to show you guys how light it is. All right, so I'm gonna film 2 take here. So in the case that I have successfully filmed this to show you how light it is, I told you it's light. All right, in the case that I didn't, why would I lie? I don't have anything to gain from this. I'm just trying to give you the information that I have. Why would I hold back some information? I don't have anything to gain. Okay? Like, come on. Like, why would I lie? Like, come on. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a phone call. Oh yeah, Rolex AD? Oh, really? You have the GMT? You have the Batman for me? You also have the Patek Philippe Royal Oak? Okay, I'll come down there right now. Like, give me 30 minutes. I'll go pick up those 2 watches right now. All right, now let's talk sizing. So I feel like this is the most important part, or this is the part where most people will come to my video for. So sizing. So I got this in the women's sizing, but it's the same thing, you know, it's unisex. But anyway, I got these in a size 42, which corresponds to a size medium. The reason I picked a medium was because I didn't want the large, because I feel like if I got the large, the crop body would be less crop, it would be more normal. Let's do this first. So the chest area, so like I have no discomfort. I can do this. I can, you know, there's a lot of there's movement in there. Like I don't struggle. Like I don't struggle wearing that jacket as I am struggling to say this sentence, you know, like I don't struggle. Anyway, the chest, the shoulder, no struggle. Size medium fits me perfectly. As you can see right now on this video, it fits me perfectly. And I also went with my Rick Owens and Moncler, I also went down a size. So I wore a size 2, which corresponds to a size medium. I could get away with a size 1, size 0, or size 3, as I've shown in my previous video. Just when you're picking a down jacket with this particular model from Rick Owens, it's just you're really picking the level of cropness and the arm sleeve, the length of the sleeves. So those are the 2 options. I mean, those are the 2 things that you're picking sizes for. So 42 women, medium. I could honestly wear a 44. I could honestly wear a 40 even, but I feel like the 40, the cropness will be a bit too high and it just won't be as practical as a winter jacket. I feel like this size medium, it's perfect. When I wear my high-waisted trouser, there won't be too much space between the trousers and the crop body, so it's perfect. But all of my pants are high-rise. These on plissé, these are high-rise as well, which I will review in the next few weeks, in the next week maybe. And I will show you what it looks like on body right now when I'm wearing a t-shirt.
One thing you can't do is stop us now.
When I am wearing a hoodie.
It's way too late, it's way too late, you can't fuck with us. To the left, to the right. I want to see everybody hands in the air like this.
Knitwear, whatever that may be, a turtleneck, a sweater, whatever that may be.
Let me see your middle finger in the air. Let me see you act up in the small. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? And it's my goddamn. One thing you can't do is To the right. I want to see everybody hands in the air like this. Hey.
So this is just to show the croppedness and how cropped it is on my body. And as a preference, like this is my perfect one, but if you want it to be more like a normal winter jacket, just go a size or 2 up. You can afford to do that, but the sleeve will also be long. And with this particular jacket, the sleeves are already long, so if you go a size or 2 over, it might be even longer. But you know, it just, who cares? Who cares? Just fold the sleeve up or take it off when you're eating. Anyway, as far as measurement goes, like here we go. I'll include the video right now.
How you feeling right now? Let me see you ladies in the air. Let me see your middle finger in the air. Let me see you act up in the small. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? And it's my goddamn.
Alright, so this segment I'm talking about the quality. So first, let's talk about the stitching. So for the most part, it's very on point. Stitching, like I'm sure you're watching the video right now, it's just there's not a lot of overlapping, there's not a lot of stitching that is out of line. So you know, with a down jacket, the stitching is very important because the down and feather will come through even with perfect stitching, because that's just how it is as a down jacket. So the fact that the stitching is good here, it will only keep the damage, meaning the down and feather coming out, to the bare minimum. And when I first opened these, like there was already down and feather coming out of the jacket, but you know, it comes with it. And nice. So let's talk about the down. So incredibly light, incredibly warm. It's kind of crazy how these rig jackets are so light yet they keep you so warm. Like I've worn Canada Goose, Montclair, North Face before, but I think these have the best warmth to weight ratio. However, with my Montclair, the collab with Rick and Montclair, but Montclair, the jacket itself was produced in a Montclair factory. I never experienced down and feather coming through, but with my Rick Owens jackets, I experienced it with this one, with my Performa, and I don't think my Doll jacket has leaked yet. So just my Performa and this one. The zipper, they're very high quality. The Performa, I've had that for a year, and it still runs smoothly, like it doesn't get stuck. And I expect this one to be the same, and at the moment it looks good. Here's a little ASMR. The nylon, so all of the exterior of this jacket, it's nylon, parachute nylon, whatever that is. It's very nice, but you know, there's a con to this, which I will talk about later. All right, so the quality of the rip knit cuffs. So pockets. So the exterior the quality of the interior pockets. Again, it's not the greatest. It's not attached fully to the jacket, so it's hanging about. So, and it's also very thin, so I feel like when you put a lot of heavy stuff in there, it might not hold it in there, or it's definitely gonna sag. You know, like those jeans that are so short, like you can see the pockets, you know, it's gonna look like that if it experiences too much heavy items in the pockets. In the past 2 to 3 weeks, I haven't truly wore it out. Like I haven't spent more than 5 hours outside with this jacket, so I want to film this again later and just include it and just tell you, like, as a winter jacket, how is it? How does it hold up against the wind? How does it hold up against snow, rain, whatever it is? It's just the elements outside. So, but what I can do now is that I can talk about the practicality, and this jacket is kind of like the antithesis of the word practicality, especially when it comes to the sleeve. So the sleeve, it's incredibly impractical. Driving with it is a bit of a struggle because like the claw, like the cuffs, the big cuffs, it will like limit your vision. So like here, I'll put a photo or video up right now, like of me driving with it. And another thing is that me personally, I am on my phone all the time. So if I don't text you back, I don't like it that much because I will always reply. My phone is always with me. I reply instantly. That's just how I am. Anyway, so with the sleeve, it's very hard to use your phone. So what I found to have worked out for me is that, so there are 4 snap closures, right? So you would close the first one closest to you and the farthest one from you. So you leave 2 open in the middle, and then you slide your hand through and then use your phone now. So I find, so that's just a tip if you were to get this jacket, and you know, you're probably the same as me, you're on your phone all the time. So it's a lot more comfortable. But if you were to button it all up, and then, you know, you would have to do this a lot, like, you know, just to make sure you can see the screen. So, you know, you're gonna do a lot of that, but take my tip and just do that. I have tried eating with this for twice now. It's not gonna work out. Like, just take it off when you have to eat. Just take this jacket off. Like, the sleeves are so long, they're so large, they're so cumbersome. It's everywhere. Like, again, with the example of like going to a buffet, like when if you wear this jacket and you're trying to reach for the food like 2-3 feet into the table, you're gonna touch the food that is 1 to 2 feet in front of you. So the sleeve would just be everywhere. So just take it off and eat, okay? It's not gonna be that much work. Okay, what else? Let's talk about comfort. Once again, I got a size 42 in women, which is a size medium. For me personally, it's very comfortable. I have no discomfort in the chest area. I have no discomfort underneath my armpits, my shoulders. Everything fits great. And with the down jacket, it's a bit malleable, you know, because the down it kind of moves around, you know. It's not like a really strict leather jacket where it just whatever size you get, that's what you get. So there's room to breathe. There's room to just like play around with it and just move your arm without feeling like you're restricted. Feeling like your movement are restricted. So for me, it's good. And as far as the sleeve goes, it just I knew what I was getting myself into when I bought this jacket. And also with the raglan shoulder with the 3 snap closures, this should not be your main jacket for winter. Like, okay, if it's really cold out, wear your true winter jacket. So for me, it's my Supreme North Face down jacket or my Heron Preston jacket. That's like my go-to when it's cold out and I need to be fully insulated. Back to comfort, like realistically, like I would only need to take it off when I'm peeing in the bathroom, like in a public bathroom and in my own bathroom, you know. Why would I wear this in my own house? My room's not that cold. We turn on the heat, you know, my family's good. We don't struggle with paying heat for heat. Maybe we do, I don't know, but not for me. I don't pay for the heat, so I don't know. I'm a mama's boy. Like I've lived with my family my entire life. I have never once lived on my own. Anyway, we don't have trouble with the heat, so just take it off when you're at home. So I don't have any trouble besides that. While I'm driving, I can drive with it, but it just your vision is just gonna be a bit. You're gonna lose like 10-20% of your like complete vision of the road just because like the sleeves are so large. And then like I drive like this a lot too. Like I just put my hands up on the top. Sometimes I do it from the bottom, but sometimes when I want to stretch my arm out, like I drive one hand on the top, so then the sleeve just like covers everything. So you limit your vision of it. And you know, when you're jerking off, like I find that, okay, this is the most serious part. When you're jerking off with this jacket on, I find that there's too much thinking going on. Like you have to think about so much. Okay, are you about to come? Are you about to pre-cum? Are you gonna pee? How long are the sleeves? Like when you're about, you know, like when you're about to come, you're gonna have to like move it as far back as you can. But it just, my recommendation is, please don't jerk off in this jacket. Like, don't even try it. I mean, I tried it and it didn't work out for me, so I don't think it's gonna work out for you. Oh, by the way, if I am ever selling this jacket, just know I didn't actually, you know, masturbate in these for my future buyers. Like, just a joke. Maybe. Anyway, so price. So retail price on this was $2,450, and I got these for 1.7. I got it on sale. 1.8, 1.8, 1.1. I got it for a bit cheaper, like 20-30% off. I believe these are sold out from most places, or if they're not sold out, they're not on sale anymore because sale season is over, so it's back to $2,400. And I as a Rick Down jacket, it eventually, when there's a given enough time, like the value of this will go up. Today we are going to talk about what I have found out after wearing it on multiple occasions outside now. So let's talk about weather first. So I've worn this on 3 different occasions now, and the first time I wore it, it was about late 50s, early 60s, like in the 50 and 60 range in terms of Fahrenheit. And the second time it was around 30 something, like late 30, early 40s. And the third time it was around like 55 to 59, which was like the most proper weather for this jacket if you want to wear it as a vest. And I should state that when I wore these, I wore it with trousers, and I wore it with just a t-shirt underneath. I didn't wear any sweater, hoodie, or anything, just a simple black Uniqlo t-shirt underneath, because I wanted to tested it out against the weather, against the element. I think this is a year-round jacket. I do believe you can wear this in the winter. I mean in the summer, which I will. I'm gonna test it out because you can wear it as a vest. So, you know, why not? Like, and if it's too hot, you know, just unzip it. There'll be a lot of airflow going through, you know, the crop body, the airflow going underneath, the shoulder, your arm is out, so there's gonna be a lot of airflow throughout your body. So I believe it's fine in the summer. Like, some people might look at you weirdly, but you know, who cares? As far as winter, I do believe it's good, but I think this jacket looks the best without like a hoodie underneath. As far as wearing in the winter goes, I will only wear it on like a really, really nice day in the winters, meaning that like it's not too cold. It's in the late 30s, late 20s, late 30s. I think 20 might be too much. So late 30 and above, I feel like that's fine. So like, you will find those days in the winter, you know, like not all winter days are gonna be rough, you know, when it's like 5-10 degrees out. Best time to wear this is definitely spring and fall if you want to wear it as a vest. And you know, I feel like I'm talking too much, going around in circles, but in the winter, like, you definitely can wear it, but it won't look the best. You'll have to layer, so you have to wear a hoodie underneath, you'll have to wear a sweater underneath, and I think the funnel neck detail does not look too great with a hoodie. But you know, maybe I'll change my mind then. I'll change my mind later on when I wear it, but at the moment I think wearing this jacket on its own is the best, because like you really show off the grotesque nature of this like sweater. Like, people thinking like, is it a sweater, is it a jacket, is it a vest? Like, it just, there's a lot going on. I think wearing a hoodie underneath kind of distract you from the monstrosity that this jacket is, you know? And the fact that this jacket is so, what do you call it, multi-dimensional. The jacket is so multi-dimensional, so like, you can wear, when it's really cold, right? When it's really cold, just put the sleeve down. And when it's really hot, you can take the sleeves out, and you can obviously unzip it and to expose just to get more air touching your body. So that's something I'm not gonna miss about like my Performa Moncler, because it doesn't offer that. So if you wear the Performa, which doesn't have the holes on the shoulders, if you wear that on a warm day, like you're gonna have to take the whole thing off. Whereas when you wear this piece, if it's just slightly warmer than you expected, then less than you expected it to, you can just open up the shoulder sleeve, or you can take the whole armor and go through the sleeve holes. So you can do that. And this is when it comes in handy, the cropness. Like, it's so cropped on your body, like when you unzip it up, like it just, a lot of airflow will be going through you. So that's one of the upside. All right, so let's talk about pros and cons, which I've sort of already did throughout this video, but let me just reiterate some of it, and maybe I'll say something new. Anyway, let me just look at my list real quick. So pros, the extra long sleeve. I love it. I love this detail. I love the fact that probably the only jacket with this feature. Like, I don't think there are any other jackets out there that has this feature. Good English. I love the fact that it is practical, that there are button closures, so when it's too hot, expose it so there's more airflow in there. And then when it's cold, you know, close it up, and then keep your arm to your side, or you know, wear your arm warmer, and then you know, you should be good. But it is fun to play around with these sleeves. I love wearing clothes that are fun to wear, so what I mean by that is like, okay, so for example, in my closet, I have an Anda Milamisu jacket. It's just a standard worker jacket. Like the fit is standard. It just like, it's a very standard jacket, but it's just so well made. So it's not the most fun to wear, but it's just like when I want to look professional, you know, wear all black, just put that on. But this particular jacket, like I wear this when I want to have fun, you know, it just, everything is so crazy. The shoulder, the sleeve, the funnel neck detail, like I am so happy about the sleeve. I kind of forgot the main detail, which is the funnel neck. It just, there are a lot of crazy features on this jacket that like, it will make it so much more fun to wear this jacket over my Supreme and North Face jacket. Besides the print, that's it. It's just a standard North Face jacket. With this jacket, there are just so many unique features that will just make it more fun. Like, you know, flap your arm around, play with the sleeve, expose one shoulder, keep the other one on. It just, there are so many ways just to have fun in this jacket. And most clothes are kind of boring. And to have something like this fun to wear, it's great, you know, like sometimes you want to be out there, sometimes you want to just have fun in your clothes. The exposed shoulder, it gives you more room to style this piece. You know, you can put your arm throughout, let the sleeve hang around, use that as a styling thing, you know. The funnel neck detail, I kind of forgot about that, even though that's like the main reason why I got popular in the first place. The funnel neck detail, it is so fun to have that. It looks great. You can also slide it up and down your face, you know, like go in there, hide your face, your body in there, you know. If you forgot your mask on the train station, just put this on and just never let anybody see you. So then like the funnel neck detail will just cover you like this. So then, you know, the whole time they'll probably think you're having a mask on. But anyway, this is America, not Germany. You don't have to wear your mask anymore. The weight to warmth ratio, it's amazing. And I love the fact that I can fold these up into a ball, stuff it into my Margiela dust bag, and then just throw it in the bottom of my backpack and just go to Europe real quick. That's crazy. I cannot do that with my Supreme North Face because like the down is so much heavier, the jacket, the nylon exterior is just so much harder. With this one, it's so soft, it's so lightweight that you can afford to do this and give it like 2-3 hours. All the down, like when it's flat, give it 2-3 hours, it'll slowly grow up, you know, like, you know. We're a grower, you know, we're a grower community, we're not a shower. The fellas forget that. Ladies, don't even think about it. The nylon exterior, so meaning that it's a bit water repellent. Let me show you that right now. Alright, so con. So with this particular jacket, I cannot speak today at all, huh? I hope you're able to understand me through all this mumbling. Anyway, with this particular jacket, when I first got it, when I opened it, there was already down and feather coming through the seams. And with my Performer jacket, when I brought it to Europe with me and I wore this Raf Simons hoodie underneath, every time I would take off the Rick Owens jacket, the hoodie itself was just full of feather and down. So like it's coming through somewhere. So one of the seams in my Performer jacket is definitely ripped or something, but I've looked for it on the interior. Nothing is ripped. It just, the down and feather keep on coming out whenever I wear it. No rip knit cuffs. That's very important for a winter down jacket now that Rick has introduced me to this. My Supreme North Face, it doesn't have the rip knit cuffs, but it does have a tightening link. But with this one, the sleeves are so long, so I feel like they could have done the rip knit cuff. Like they could have stopped it before the big claw, but they didn't put it in there. I don't know why, but I think it would have helped. I think it could have been an option because, like, I don't know, I just really like rip knit cuffs. It keeps your body so much more insulated. The exposed shoulder, although it's great for styling purposes, it's a double-edged sword, meaning that the 3 button closures on the shoulder is that like air will get through, you know. When it's really windy out, the air will get through your body, and you know, when it's really cold out, you want your body insulated. You don't want air to get into your body, which is where you wear leggings. Like when it's really cold out, you wear leggings underneath your pants, right? But with this, like you're very exposed to the element. So when it's super windy out, you will feel it if you're not wearing something warmer inside. The extra long sleeve, it's also a double-edged sword. So it's very cumbersome. It's very there. It's very present. So you're gonna notice its presence wherever you go, which is good if you just, not doing anything. But if you're eating, if you're driving, if you're going to the toilet, if you're jerking off, like you'll know the presence of it there, So, and I mean, you can obviously take it off when you do those activities, but sometimes you don't want to take it off. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're lazy. I am always lazy, so I never take them off. All right, the next one, the cropness. So there's a lot of double-edged sword around about this jacket. Again, the cropness, it's great. It's unique. However, not the most practical winter jacket, You probably want it to cover at least down to your belly button, but this one sits a bit above it, so just make sure you have very, very nice wool, or what's another material that's warm? Wool. And what's that? Why am I blanking on this expensive material? Silk. Wool or silk will keep you warm. Yeah. Another thing is that lack of exterior button. Again, as a winter jacket, you want it to be kind of practical, but again, this is not a practical winter jacket. This is more like an art piece, like in 30-40 years when Rick Owens retired. Well, maybe, I don't know, he may live forever. I feel like this would be one of the jackets that he would be known for, other from his Dunks, Ramones, GeoBasket, blah 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 blah. I feel like this jacket will go down as one of his best pieces. That's just my personal opinion. And with archive fashion, you never know where it's gonna go. So maybe I could start this precedent, so then I'll hype it up right now. So in 10-20 years, if I still have this jacket, it'll be worth a lot more. But yeah, I think this will go down as one of Rick's best pieces. The lack of exterior pocket, it hinders it a little bit from being a really great down jacket. And with my Performer, what I love about that was it has exterior pocket and interior pockets. So I have 4 pockets instead. And when it's really cold, you can put your arms in there. But with this one, you can't. So you have to get arm warmers, you have to get gloves. So it's like extra spending that you need to do if you want to own this jacket. But yeah, again, like these problems, they're solvable, with the lack of rip knit cuffs. Just get arm warmers. I have them now. I wore it in my last video. It's great. It's wool. Get gloves. I'm actually looking for gloves. I kind of want a pair of Gucci gloves or a pair of Margiela gloves, the tabby gloves. I don't know yet. I'll figure that part out. Or I can get Loewe glove. Alright, so the last segment. Is it worth it? It's worth it. So yeah, just get the jacket. My name's Makasi. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
I'm a villain. 왜 아닐 거라 생각해. 아주 못돼 먹은 작은 악마 같은 나인걸 몰라. You're a villain. 왜 아닐 거라 생각해. 미처 몰랐던 악마가 아니야. 내 숨 쉬고 있어. I'm killing someone. Maybe you're killing someone. Maybe I'm killing you. Maybe you're killing me. Maybe we all pretend to be the heroes on the good side, but what if we're the villains on the other?